Power does what it wants. Power does what it wants. Power does what it wants.
Y'all are recording the vehicle. I'm asking because I saw you on the camera looking at our vehicle that's parked on the back of the lot.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a reason why you were recording the vehicle and getting tag numbers and stuff?
There's always a reason.
Always. Yeah, so what is it?
Oh, we don't discuss any information with
okay, well,
strangers.
let me ask you not to do this because those are tag numbers and we don't need you, whatever it is that you're doing, putting people tag numbers on
You do
anything.
realize there's no expectation of privacy out in public, right?
That's why they're on the outside of the car.
Okay, I
And not-
understand that,
not
but
the
still,
inside.
that's why we asked you what is it that you all are doing.
Yeah, but we don't
Is there
discuss
something
it.
that we can help you with?
Gathering content for a story.
Yeah. Do you have like a soft drink or
We're
something?
journalists. We're gathering content for a
Okay,
story.
and what is it exactly that you're gathering?
Can't disclose that right now.
Yeah, it's an investigative piece.
Okay, and is there somewhere you got some paperwork or anything that's showing that you're doing this?
Freedom of press.
Yeah, freedom of the press, First Amendment.
Does the Freedom of the Press tell you that you can go back there and record those vehicles back there?
Did you see me back there?
Yes,
Do
I
you
did.
have a sign that restricts access back there?
You saw me off this sidewalk
It
here?
says, personnel only. It's right there on the side of the building.
You saw me off of the sidewalk?
I saw you when you were standing right there. When I looked on the cameras, I saw you when you were standing right
Okay,
there.
so I was on the sidewalk.
No. You stepped onto the property.
No, I
See,
didn't.
the sidewalk stops right here. Go back and look at see where that line is right there?
Mm-hmm.
The sidewalk starts right there. So that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I was never on the property. I've got everything on camera.
Okay, that's great. Now here's why we asking, because the last time somebody did that, they gave out tag numbers and people were visited at their homes.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why we ask. It's for safety of people here.
Oh, okay.
We all have children. We have other people that stay at our house. And we don't want anybody giving out our tag numbers.
Our
Because the
goal
tag
is
numbers
not
lead
to-
back to our address.
Our goal is not to
That's
take
the
that.
regular. The regular citizens can't run tags.
But
So
what do you do whenever you're driving and your tag's on the back of the car? And
Well, you mean, but
I mean, you can't help.
Exactly. I don't know what you're doing this for. You could be doing this for gang members. This is Department of Corrections.
Thank God we live in America, right?
You could be doing this for gang members. This is Department of Corrections, which means that gang members are in the prison. They put out hits every day.
every day,
Yeah, every day. Every day. They have cell phones.
every day, probation officers are killed by gang members.
I'm sorry, is that what you heard me say?
You said every day they put out
We
hits.
live in a world where it's hypotheticals and.
Well, number one is the first thing I said is offenders put out hits every day, and yes, they do. All over the state all over America.
Really?
They do those things. That's correct. And we've had that happen to us. That's why we're here asking you questions about it. Because you're out here recording. I mean, how would you like it if I came by your house and I started recording your kids?
Oh, is this your house?
No, hold on.
I didn't
It's
realize.
not that. I started recording, or I was getting your tag numbers.
Oh, that'd be
Would you not
perfectly
want- Would you
fine.
not want to know why I'm recording your house, or why I'm not?
My tag number's right there. You can go ahead and
but
get
what I'm
it.
saying, would you not want to know why I've come by your home and I'm recording?
I don't usually butt in other people's
So if I
business.
came by your house right now and I started recording, it wouldn't bother you at all?
Well, you couldn't see my
wouldn't-
house from
you
the
wouldn't
road.
have any
You'd have to
questions?
trespass on my property to even see my house.
But that's good for you. Everybody else doesn't have that privilege.
Well, I mean, they can buy property.
Does your mother do your mother do that?
Does my mother
does
do
your
it?
mother house, does she have the same privilege? Does your grandmother have the same privilege? Does your kids have the same privileges of your house is so far off nobody can get to it?
Yeah, most of my family lives in the country.
Okay. So it wouldn't bother you if somebody came up there and started recording your home?
Not if they were doing it from a public
or
right
if they're
away.
at your job and they're looking at and they're recording different things, that wouldn't question you at all.
Well, my job records everything anyway because they got cameras everywhere.
I mean, you have
so.
an answer, but you're not answering any of my questions. I'm asking you if it's bothered. I didn't ask you if your job recorded.
Well, no, the master asks the questions, the servant answers the questions.
Okay, well, I'm not a server, and you're not my master.
Well, you're a
That's
public.
why I'm asking. No, I'm a public.
You're
I'm not a server.
You're a
You
public.
are not a master. Yes, that's right. I am to serve and protect the public.
Hold on,
But you are not my master.
Can you
maybe you didn't
de-escalate,
see
sir?
my hat.
Do you see me getting angry?
You're
I'm asking the
getting a
question.
little
He's asking. No, I'm not. I'm
See,
talking to him the same. No, my tone has not
see
changed
the
since I've been out here.
see the hat.
I like how you work though. I like how you work. How you try to sit there and say different things.
See
try
the-
to make it seem like what it is.
You
Did-
talking about
No, it's not. I'm asking you simple
tag
questions.
numbers and
Right. I'm asking you because the world is dangerous.
But are you not
The
doing
world-
exactly what you're just accusing us of doing?
And what is that?
As far as making hypotheticals, just
I didn't accuse you all of doing any hypotheticals. That doesn't make any
did
sense.
you not come over here and say that we were
I
filming
asked-
tags? And
I asked
and
why you were filming, and I asked you because it's for people's safety. Because we've had things where people have come out here, they've gotten tag numbers. They've gotten tag numbers, and you can trace these tag numbers to people's homes. So there was no.
How do you do that? How would I do
A
that?
simple computer.
Oh, so I can go and
So you can go
You
to
sure
Google?
can. You sure can. I'm sorry. Have y'all not paid attention to how it's upgraded? I could get your first and last name and find out everything about you, and I don't need a police officer.
oh sweet.
Can you show us how that's done?
You can find out for yourself. Go to Google. That's as simple. All you gotta do is a button on Google. It's a microphone. Click that microphone. Say someone's name and see how much information pops. Matter of fact, put your own name in there. Go on Google, put your own name in there.
And I can get your name from the tag.
You can get anything you want from a tag. All you gotta
I don't
do.
think it works that way. I've never seen it work that way.
No. My dad's a cop. That doesn't work that way at all. You got to have what's known as David or something like that to run the tag
Call it
through.
in. You gotta have somebody you can call it into.
Yeah, and they got to run it through
I'm sorry,
David.
but are you a police officer?
No.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm certified. I went through my load. I am a police officer.
See,
Now,
you have the ability to call it in because you're law enforcement.
I don't have any ability to
But-
call it in. It's the agency that I work for. See, this
There
let
you
me.
go,
This
the agency.
Well, he's a
So this-
corrections
hold on.
officer, not an actual
No, I'm not
law
a correction
enforcement.
officer. I'm a probation parole agent. There's a difference. See, this is what I'm saying right here. You're trying to tell me what I can and can't do, or what law enforcement can and cannot do, and you don't even understand what I do. You just think all law enforcement are able to do this. That's why you don't understand the process of how easy it is for somebody to find you with a simple tag number. You don't have to have any type of special privileges.
I'm gonna
I'll tell
respectfully
you what.
disagree with you on
Okay,
that
I'll
because
tell
I've
you.
never
I'll tell you.
seen.
This
I've
is what
never
you do.
seen.
This is what I want you to do. You don't believe me?
I've actually
Get your-
tried to run tag numbers before and I couldn't get nothing.
Get your
It's just like typing in a cell phone number into Google. You can't get the person's name.
Get your tag number, put your name on it, and Google it, and see what pops up. You can do it right here.
Yeah. Well, regardless, we're just out here recording, so it's legal.
No, I'm out here because I'm worried about you getting my tag number. I'm worried if you're calling in a threat. I'm worried if you're trying to do something. We're law enforcement. We get threats every day.
I'm worried that somebody's smoking pot out back. I smelt it.
Was it you?
No, I didn't go out back.
Where's out back?
When I was over there, I smelt it coming from the back.
No, well, the good thing was you wasn't on the property like you said, so it could have come from that other property over there.
No one's there. I looked.
You went in the building?
No, I looked through the window.
Oh, you was able to see it there? You
Yeah,
see it in
it's-
the bathroom that's in there?
It's called the
You can
window.
also see in the glasses in the closet that's in there?
Yeah, and I
There are
knocked
actually
too.
3 rooms in that building, so you saw all of them?
Well, yeah. Plus, I knocked.
So if I was smoking weed, do you think I would come to the door when you knock?
I mean, maybe if it's medical, I don't know.
Maybe, but no. More than likely, I wouldn't. If I was doing drugs, I wouldn't come.
Well, I mean, I'm not a drug user, so I wouldn't know what their actions
Exactly.
are.
That's what I'm saying. Just like you're not a law enforcement officer, different thing. But you're here, yet you're trying to tell me how to do my job.
I didn't tell you how to do your job.
I'm sorry, you're trying to explain to me my job.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Just out of curiosity. There's more than 4. Okay.
There's more than what?
Can you name 4 things
Oh,
that
there's
are
more than 4
covered
what?
that are covered under the First Amendment?
No. For what?
You can't name 4 things that are covered by the First Amendment.
Wouldn't even try.
It's a question I commonly ask
Go
for
ahead.
people that work in the public sector
Okay.
because I think it's very important. Constitutional rights of
Citizens. Yeah.
Right.
Can you name 2?
I wouldn't even try. Can't name one.
Oh, you know freedom of speech. Come
I
on.
wouldn't even try.
you know, freedom of religion.
Is fake.
Wait, the Constitution's fake?
All that stuff is fake. It depends on who's saying it, when they're saying it, and who they're saying it to.
I disagree with that.
Oh,
There are countless people that have died.
There are countless
giving their
people.
life to protect the
There are
Constitution.
countless people that are in prison for trying to do freedom of speech, and nobody's let them out yet. When the civil rights movement was going on, and they were having freedom of speech, they're still locked up.
I've never heard the Constitution's fake. I think that's.
Well, it's probably because you have a privilege that a lot of people don't get to have.
Maybe in the country.
I mean, just think about it. You started spitting your privileges as soon as I walked in. And I asked you a simple question. I haven't been aggressive at all. Not
But
one.
ain't those the same privileges you have? Oh, it's not?
I've had my privileges taken away plenty of times. Nothing's been done about it.
Well, was that because you didn't do anything about it? Because I litigate in court all the time, and my rights are upheld in court.
Well, yeah, your rights are. You're different than I am. So your rights may be held up in court.
How am I different? I'm a guy, you're a guy, you're a little bit bigger, but we're guys.
There are several differences between you and I. Let's start with the most obvious would be the skin color.
Because I'm white, I have a privilege that you don't have.
Did I say that or did you say that?
You just said it was skin color.
No, you asked me what the difference was. Go back and rewind your tape and look at it. You asked me what the difference was between us.
So
you didn't ask what the privilege was.
So the privilege is because our skin color is different. I have the privilege and you don't.
Did I say that or did you say that?
I'm trying to clarify what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. You want me to answer your questions, you're not answering any of my questions.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, we could stand here and not answer questions all day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah. I'm going to keep getting tags, though, while you're not answering questions.
That's fine.
Thank you, though, for coming on out.
Right here.
Pascagoula. I was down there a couple months ago.
Oh, the city?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I go all over the United States.
That's a nice place, isn't it?
Yeah, that whole area, Gulfport, Biloxi. I actually made the front page of the Biloxi newspaper.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Oh, good news, I hope, right?
Yeah, I was in their City Hall recording. They loved it.
That's good. That's a great deal. Yo, do y'all have any questions, anything you'd like me to answer about this place that you're recording?
No, it's a DOC probation and parole department.
Right. That's all you needed to know? You didn't want to know anything else?
Do you know how many people you service
I was
each?
actually going to ask that exact same question.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
I
service?
Well, I say service, but you know how many,
people supervising you?
Yeah.
How many probationers?
And I know it fluctuates from month to month because, again, I go to probation offices all over the country. So I know each month that, some people
at any
come
time
up.
we could be doing 4,000, between 4,000 and 6,500.
Wow. That's probably,
That's a lot, isn't it?
that's the most I've actually ever heard of a probation parole office.
Well, this is one of the biggest, busiest probation.
And this is DOC, so this is a parole. And what kind of DOC probation is there?
What do you mean?
Is it just parole here then?
No, it's parole, probation,
It's
ERS,
all state,
house
though, right?
arrest. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know probation is like misdemeanor or felony, but usually
No, not here.
No.
We don't do misdemeanors. We only do felony.
Okay, so it's
misdemeanors
only
taken care of by the city.
okay. All right. Did you know that in some locations the Salvation Army handles misdemeanor probation? Did you know that?
You mean in different states?
Yeah, they contract with the city to handle
Every
the
state is
probation.
different. Just like most states
Yeah.
aren't certified law enforcement.
That's
And
right.
usually the sheriff department will take care of the probation parole agents.
Yeah.
But here in Mississippi, the probation parole are certified officers. And we pretty much take care of the whole aspect of probation and parole.
Let me ask you
And
this.
ERS and house arrest.
They take good care of you money-wise, benefit-wise here at the state?
You know, some they do.
Some they don't, right? Yeah, it's like that everywhere. Yeah. All right.
So state retirement, that's what you...
Healthcare benefits are usually pretty good for state workers and stuff like that.
Depends on what level you're on.
Well, that's true. That's true. You know, it's just like when we were in school. If you with the cool kids, you get the cool stuff.
It's everywhere the same.
Yeah. If you're with the cool kids, you go to the parties and you get invited out.
Right.
If not, you riding the bus, buddy. You ain't getting the ride.
It's pretty much the same everywhere.
That's right. It's politics, right? It's
politics, yes.
And see, that's part of the reason why we're out here is because I think that the law should be equal to every man, regardless of who your daddy is, regardless of what job you have. You know what I mean?
And what you said about the Constitution not applying to all and all that, that's why we do this, is because we want to ensure.
Yeah, we want fairness. We want fairness.
I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I swore a lifelong oath to protect and our Constitution. And it is the supreme ruling law of the land. The hierarchy goes Constitution, law, policy.
True.
And
like I said, it does not work for everybody, and not just of color.
But that's why we're here. I mean, that's why we advocate for it, is to ensure that doesn't get diminished.
Look up my buddy Big Nick, South Florida Accountability. He puts it on him.
Well,
he does.
Let me actually, are you doing it to everybody, or are you doing it, like for instance, you have a lot of people that attack probation parole agents, or not even probation parole agents, they attack law enforcement because they feel that law enforcement deals with problems.
No, I mean our goal is not to provoke law enforcement. Our goal is basically is to highlight the tyrants that come out. You know, the ones that are acting in ways that are abusing of power, that basically violate their own oaths of office. We highlight the good ones, the ones that do their job responsibly the way that they're supposed to.
And we don't advocate any kind of violence. I don't advocate for any violence against any person, no matter their position.
But let me ask you, what do you consider a good cop? And the reason why I asked that,
a good cop is somebody that takes their oath seriously, that instead of just showing up on the scene like, okay, for example, I was almost arrested yesterday, but I do these interactions for years now, like I said, all over the country. So if I'm standing out here on a public sidewalk where I'm allowed to be and I'm videotaping something I'm allowed to videotape, I don't expect the cop to roll up here and be like, what are you doing here? You got ID? Blah, blah, blah.
And you see, I never asked you any of those questions.
No, you've been pretty...
I'm not trying to stop you from doing what you're doing.
No, you've been pretty cordial overall. And what I'm saying is that, you know, a good officer realizes that, like we were saying, that everybody should be treated equally. You should, and what happens now is the mentality is that when they pull up, every citizen's a criminal, and I gotta make them prove that they're not guilty. You know what I mean? So they're like, "What are you doing here?" Instead of saying,
"What's the ID?"
Yeah, that's one of my.
The reason why I ask you this question is because I watch a lot of those things, and I see a lot of times. For instance, I was watching on Facebook a young lady, I think in Pearl, she got arrested. And
that's where I almost got arrested yesterday, Pearl.
it was a young lady. She was on the ground, a black female, officer, right? And the first thing you hear is, "Oh, y'all gonna get it now? Y'all being unnecessary. Y'all roughing her up. Y'all doing this." And believe me, I know the difference. We've all dealt with stuff like that. But she was struggling and fighting and doing all this. They didn't do anything to her but held her down and handcuffed her. But everybody, when you look in the comments and everybody that was around talking to her, all they was talking about is how forceful they were being with her. Not mentioning the way she was acting.
Right.
So it's just like people forget that police officers are here to protect.
Well, and just like that, you know, our goal is to educate, is to actually have a cool, calm, collective discussion about it.
Yeah, people don't need to resist. I mean, what the fact of the matter is, if you're going to jail, you're going to jail. Don't resist. Take it through the court system. You know what I mean?
That's true. But at the same time, and I don't mean to interrupt you, because it's scary for some people because the court system doesn't work the same for everybody.
And you're right there. It's just like the Cool Kids Club. But the deciding factor on all of that is if you know the law. Okay, because if you know the law, then you can make the law work for you. The problem a lot of people have is they have no clue how the law works, and so it works against them. Okay, there's two kinds of people in the world: those that know the law and will use it to fuck the people who don't know the law. That's the only type. That's the only two people we have.
Okay.
So,
Get back to the question I asked you. First Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press, and the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. Also peacefully assemble.
yep,
You know,
that's the
and
five
that's really,
tenets.
there's
Five
five.
tenets.
But, you know, any one of those, everybody knows First Amendment freedom of speech. You know, just take it a little bit further. You know,
Well, me myself personally, I've heard of them.
Yeah.
And the reason why I said no, I can't tell you because I've seen every last one of those broken in the law enforcement aspect.
I agree.
Oh, absolutely,
I agree.
absolutely,
Yeah.
with the court system.
Right.
I agree.
And
With a lot.
well, and that's what I say knowing the law is because, okay, so for example, here's a perfect example. I could stand out on the side of the road with a sign that says fuck, right? But if I had the sign that said, I will, bump you in your butt, that's obscene language.
Yeah.
Okay, so the word by itself is free speech. But when you use it to describe a sexual act, then it becomes obscene language. So,
When
I mean,
used as an
it's very...
emphasis word.
Yeah, I mean, they use the law to entrap us because, I mean, let's be real. The system doesn't run if everybody obeys the law, right? Then there's no money coming in. Nobody has a job. Just the same thing with the police. If they were to arrest all the criminals, which is what their job is, then they would be out of a job, right? So it behooves them to not arrest all the criminals. Or my favorite one is the sentencing guidelines where somebody who's growing pot gets 50 years, but a rapist gets 6 years. And the reason they do that is because when you kick that rapist back out on the street, he's going to reoffend. And if you got people reoffending, well, then there's still crime. We still need to tax the citizens. Crime has been going down. You can look on the FBI database. Crime has been going down for the last 30 years.
I'm here. Are you all from here?
I'm from Florida.
Are you from here?
About an hour away from here.
But I'm from Gary, Indiana, and I'm
Okay.
sure you know exactly what that place is
And,
about.
and the reason why I asked you this is because, to be honest with you, the train of thought of what you were saying is actually what the state of Mississippi has been doing. They've been doing that. I honestly don't agree with it. And I'll tell you why. If you've been here, if you watch Jackson, in the last 2 years, kind of skyrocketed.
Well, yeah, that's because, again, we're never going to get rid of crimes of passion, but we can get rid of crimes of need. And right now, what a lot of it is people need money. The economy's in the shitter. They can't get good jobs, so they turn to a life of crime, selling drugs or whatever have you not. I guarantee you, and I know there's a high recidivism rate from ex-parolees going out, but I guarantee you, if we were to be able to give every prisoner that got out of jail a $70,000 to $100,000 a year job, I guarantee you they would.
I would like
Because,
that.
Well, but you see what I'm saying?
And the saddest part is, and I know this firsthand, the system is designed to put you back into the system. You get a felony, all of a sudden your job opportunities get shot, your career path you may have been on gets shot. And
It's the same thing with child support. You owe child support, they take your license. Well, how are you supposed to drive to work to make money to pay the child support?
If you can't pay the child support, they put you in jail. How are you supposed to go and work if you're in jail for not paying your child support? That makes no sense.
I wish you all could work my job. Not to say that what you all are saying is wrong, because I can tell you my part of the story and things that you've seen. You'd be like, no. And then you can tell me your part of your story and the things that I've seen, I would be like, no.
Right, everybody's experience is different.
It's very different. And the reason why I say that is, I don't know if you all know, but Jackson, this city, has the highest murder rate in the United States of America.
Oh, really?
I was told that before I came down here today.
It has the highest murder rate. There's a bill called, a law, 585. And if you watch from the day that law was released, and you watch the crime report, watch how far it went up. And that law specifically release more offenders out into the world than it does lock them up. We have repeat offenders, and a lot of them is not because they can't get a job, because we have things in place where we're trying to help them. I'm not saying that it's 100%, but what I'm saying is a lot of these people are just reoffending just because that's what they know.
Right, they're
Prime example,
institutionalized.
the guy up in Memphis that I think went on like a 6-person shooting spree. I think he got out of like it was like an attempted murder or aggravated. It was something serious that he got off in like a year's time. Got out, decided he was going to go out and just go open season on 6 different people across country. Yeah,
Well, like he's saying, a lot of people get institutionalized. They don't know how to interact with the street anymore. They're more inclined to jail life. You know, they know that life. That's comfortable for them. You know.
I want y'all to do me a favor. If you get a chance, this is all about Mississippi. I want you to look up the crime rate, maybe from 2015 to now, and then I want you to go look up Law 585 and look in detail what it does. And I want you to what I want you to do is look at the crime rate. You can probably look at the crime rate in most places, but Jackson is going to be the most honest about what's going on.
Right.
So look at the crime rate, look at 585, and just look in detail what 585 does. And the reason why I actually do this, because just like you all, I do believe that people can do second chances.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you run into so many different people here, and you see it so much. Right now, a big thing is mental illness. Nobody's paying attention. Just today, we had a guy in there right now, bipolar, paranoid, schizophrenic. He's walking the streets. But instead of having him committed or put him somewhere, they put him out here for us to deal with.
Yeah.
We have no resources to deal with a mental ill patient.
Yeah, I don't understand why they used to we had mental health hospitals. We don't have those no more.
It costs money.
Well, it costs money, but I mean, you know as well as I do that these politicians and stuff, they're living in gated communities, and they've got all their money for their pet projects. You know what I mean? But
Sir, I can sit down with you for hours. Probably talking to you now, but if I'm just being honest, I just want you to look at that.
yeah, we'll definitely look at that.
Hopefully something will change with it, but just look it up and then just look at the crime. See if you can find a statistic. Probably Google it and look at the crime rate in Jackson. Look at it just from about 2015, and just look how it went up. And I'm not just talking about the murder rate, just crime in depth. The murder rate is stellar. Look up the murder rate and the crime, armed robberies. You can look up violent crime. Look up violent crime and then go 585, Law 585 for the state of Mississippi. And then just go in there and just look at the aspects of what it's doing. It's actually what you all are saying, it's actually doing it. Here's the thing. If you release people and you don't have a plan, or you're not putting things in place,
you're putting them right back in.
You're putting them right back in.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. It keeps the crime rate high, and it keeps the tax money flowing. Because they can't come to the citizens and say, hey man, we wiped out crime, but we're still going to tax you $20 million for law enforcement.
But crime is all about money, and at the end of the day, the state is standing to
profit off of it.
Profit off of it. Put them back in.
I mean, when you look at how many, one person committing a crime, you're paying the police, you're paying the jailer, you're paying the judge, you're paying the prosecutor, you're paying the public defender. Then they get out and they're paying you. So that one person is paying for 20 people jobs.
There's court fines.
Right. So why would you want to stop that? I mean, why would you want to? It's just like CPS. When CPS started, and I'm 48. I don't know how old you are, but when we were kids, man, we would ride our bike, man. We ride all the way damn across the city, right? Mm-hmm. That wasn't a bad parent. But now today, if you let your kid play out in the park by themselves, oh, you're a bad parent. We gotta charge them. We gotta investigate you. You see, what happens is as they do their job correctly and get bad parents off the street, now they're in danger of losing their job. So let's come up with more conditions to make a person bad. So now there's more bad parents. Well, CPS shouldn't be growing. If you're doing your job right, just like drug enforcement, if you're doing the job right and getting the drugs off the street, there should be less drugs, right? Man, ever since the drug war started, ain't nothing but more drugs on the street. You know what I mean? You can buy crack a block from the White House.
It's sad. Get back to the CPS thing. if we fucked up when we were, you know, back in your day, whenever you were growing up, fucked up as a kid, you got the belt, you got your ass
Damn
twisted
right.
somehow. Now,
You're going to
you
jail.
can lift a finger. Now you got to worry about CPS coming in, labeling you as a child abuser, taking your child out of the house, and then you don't.
Oh, I was being confused. Y'all saying CPS.
Yeah. Child
We
Protective Service.
Okay, it's DPS.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Other places call it DHS. I mean, it's
Yeah.
different everywhere you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I know you're busy. We don't want to take up more of your time. I got to get out of here for
you
lunch.
got a different impression. You said before you've seen people that have come over there and they've done the wrong thing. At least you have now probably a different perspective. We're not. I mean, not
But
everybody
that was the only
does
point of me
things.
coming over here. It wasn't to stop you or
Yeah.
anything. It's just
Yeah, and that.
you know, like I said, honestly, that you all think I'm playing, but
No, we
there
know.
are hits made from prison. There are cell phones inside of prison. People can call now. There are drugs inside of prison. There's just as much drugs in the prison that there are on the streets.
Sure.
And the only time you get to see how much drugs is in the prison is when they've done something. They're like, oh, we found all these drugs. What about all the drugs you didn't find? Why are we just seeing this for that month? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I would like people to understand there are people that should be locked up, and they should stay.
Absolutely. And they should stay there like
And
child rapists.
Yep.
There are people that they're
Yep.
letting out.
Yeah.
They're letting,
Of course.
they're letting them out. And as long as they know which neighborhoods or what cities to stay in, they're gonna stay out.
Right.
Now I've seen people run around here and commit crimes all day long, and they would go to a certain part of the town, and they would shoplift and got more time for shoplifting than they did for getting shooting into an occupied building. But again, gentlemen, just look at what you remember.
585.
585.
Yep.
585.
I got it on camera. I won't forget. I'll look it up.
215.
What's your name?
Crook.
Kurt.
Yes, that's actually my name.
I'm
Agent
George.
Crook.
I'm
How
Matt.
you doing, George?
Matt and George. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Kurt. Nice to meet you there, Mr. George.
Yes, sir.
Pulled up at just the right